welcome to JoeJoeMoto. Today I'm going to show you a cheap little fun, easy DIY project that's going to save you time, it's going to save you money, and it's going to make your dirt bike maintenance that little bit easier. Alright, so let's get into it. What we're doing today is we're creating an air filter cleaner. Now what I used to do is I had a big bucket or whatever, I'd put some air filter cleaner, clean it up, and then tip away the old air filter cleaner stuff. I used to use petrol or whatever it was that I was using. But today what we're doing is we're making a little permanent system to make sure that our air filters get really clean and we can reuse it over and over a number of times. So let's get into it. Alright, so the products that we're going to use today, we've got two buckets here. The ones with lids make it a lot better. I've just got some nice little 5 litre general purpose buckets you can get from anywhere, hardwares and whatever. The next thing is you're going to need some rocks or pebbles or something like that. You can buy the ones that you put into your garden, but what I've done is I've just gone down to my driveway, collected up some rocks, washed them off, got them ready to go. The bit of hardware that you're going to need is a drill here. Something with a drill bit is just easy enough to drill through plastic, so it doesn't have to be anything massive. The only product that we're using today is our air filter cleaner, and we're using the Penrite foam filter cleaner today. So let's get started on this project. Alright, so the first part of this project is to get one of our buckets and it's to drill a bunch of holes in the bottom of it. Simple, just no real pattern or anything like that. Just make sure you've got plenty of holes in there. So let's do that now. No set size for the drill bit, just something, you know, medium size. You don't want some huge massive holes, but you don't want lots of tiny little holes. So I'm just gonna punch in just some random spots. How many holes do you want? I don't know, a bunch. Okay, that'll about do it for the holes there. I'm a little bit OCD, so I made a nice little pattern in the bottom there. We are going to be washing air filters in here, so we want to make sure that there's no little spiky bits or anything like that on the inside. So what we're going to do is basically kind of countersink these holes. There's nothing there for the air filter to scratch on and grab on. So let's do that now. What I got is I've just got this jumbo drill bit here, and I'm just going to sit there with my hand and just give it a little twirl around each hole and make sure it's nice and smooth around every single one, so there's nothing that air filter can catch on. Okay, just giving every hole a little check here, make sure there's no little ridges, no nothing, and it's feeling awesome. Nothing for that filter to get tagged on. Great. So now, into the bucket that has no holes in it, we start to put our rocks into. You only need like a little bit of a level. If you have it too high, you end up using way too much filter cleaner fluid, and you just sort of have a huge amount of that. And you do want to replace it every now and again, that's for sure. So let's chuck in some rocks here into the bottom. I'll choose out some of the good ones, I guess. Doing pretty good. Now we've got a nice little layer of rocks. What we do is we get the bucket with all the holes in it, we just slot it in together and make sure it's nice and snug in there, and it's got plenty of room for all that junk to filter down through. So now we add the filter cleaner, and we're going to clean out a filter and see how it works. So you can see you don't actually need a lot of cleaning fluid down the bottom there. You just want to fill it up just a centimetre or two above where the holes are. Most of your liquid's going to be down underneath inside those rocks. I always glove up before doing any sort of air filter work, that's for sure. And you never ever wear a white shirt. So I've chosen one of the dirtiest air filters I have. It's you know, definitely not from my bike. It's got to be someone else's, right? So all we're doing is swishing it around, getting all this junk out of it, and giving it a good old clean here. Alright, well it is an old filter, but it's obviously coming out nice and clean. The old Penrite foam filter oil cleaner does its job, no worries at all. Alright, so now that we've got that dirty filter clean, the idea is to give this top part here a good old swish around, get all of that junk and dirt and whatever down the bottom into the rocks, and the next time you go to use this, it'll be nice and clean up the top. There'll be no sand and dirt, that'll be all down the bottom in that bottom layer, and you'll get a nice clean filter again. Alright, so with this little project completed now, there's one last little step, and it's to chop off the top handles. Now the reason I chop off the top handles is because I don't want to come along, try and pick up the bucket and just pick up the top one and make a big mess everywhere. So I'm going to chop the top handle off, and that way I know I'm only carrying it by the bottom one. And the beauty with this system is, the whole point of it is, put on a lid and I've got myself an air filter cleaning station for whenever I need it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, share it with your friends because they probably want to make the same thing. It's so simple, so easy, and like I said, it's going to save you money, it's going to save you time, and it's going to make that dirt bike maintenance that little bit easier. I'm going to say a big thanks to Super Cheap Auto for supplying the Penrite oil products. They're an absolute fantastic range. Get yourself down to your Super Cheap Auto and find the whole range there in their store. The other thing is, I'm going to thank Mr. Rowan. He's the one that put me onto this. It's his system. I kind of stole it from him, so thanks Mr. Rowan for your suggestion on this one. It's such a cool, simple little fun thing to do. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up. Drop a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for the notifications, and I guess I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for the cockatoos in the background. That's great. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Merch is looking sweet. Now it's time to add the filter. Then we want. You'd want to change the. It's a nice clean filter oil at the top here. I said it wrong. Damn it. Really is a cool system. You guys should check it out. Again, I don't know if he's still here and watching. I don't know why he'd be watching, but yeah, time to clean up and yeah. Love my cool little new air filter cleaning system here. How awesome. Ew. Portable too. Haha.